All right, Captain Jason Morton here. Maybe you guys will believe me now. The DOD is putting out, and I put in my paperwork at the state mental hospital, and I put in my paperwork at the sheriff's office that we'll be going back to war in the Middle East. I saw that they moved 3,000 troops again from Fort Carson to East Germany, and that's where we normally invade the Middle East from, just like we did in Iraq. Like I told the people, I can see these things coming, and I don't know how I can do it. The FBI doesn't know how I can do it. The CIA doesn't know how I can do it. You know, everybody would like to know how I can do it. And like I told my daughter, I don't have any clue because nobody will talk to me about it. Nobody will tell me. My mother would never tell me why I have these visions, why I have what I have, and I don't know what to call it. I just call it the sight. Because like I said, there's different types of people out there. There are watchers, there are predictors, and basically I always refer things to movies because movies aren't so far off as they seem. So, no, dog. If you want to watch a movie, watch Jumper. Jumper will tell you that there's different types of people out there. There's psychics, there's, like I said, watchers, there's listeners, there's people who sense things, and they exist. And it's not all fake, and it's not all made up. But some things are fake and some things are made up. But when I said that I was knocking my basement out and building a bomb shelter, and they came and asked me why, and I told them because there's going to be a missile, and I told them straight out, and they thought I was just talking about Korea. Well, I wasn't just talking about Korea. I told them 7 different countries that we're watching: Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, and 4 of them are in the Middle East. And you got other ones, Korea, like I said, we got, and they worry me because they've got no kind of humanity about killing the people in the United States, because they believe that the United States has been killing their people for so long and that they would be righteous in killing us. And like I told you in the videos, we're going back to war. ISIS is made for a reason, to kill all the other factions, and then we're going to kill them. That's no joke. We're going to Iran, and we will invade into and kill ISIS. And that's just the way it is. So now maybe you will believe me because it's being put out by the DOD. Maybe, you'll look back 3 years ago and you'll say, well, how did this guy know this stuff in the videos? If he's not who he says he is, then he's just making shit up and he's bipolar. And like I told him at the mental hospital, I'm not bipolar. I'm not making things up. And the government will not tell you, like I said, about me. And they're not going to admit to me. And they're not going to, but they're going to let me keep on working for them. And the FBI is going to take my data, and you can't sue the government, but I can come after the city, the county, and the state. And I'm going to take a bunch of money from them. And before things go down, I'm going to have enough money, like I said, to dig out the basement, because they'll either pay me the $600,000 that I've requested for the stuff that they stole from me in 2007 when they broke into my house in the basement when I lived on Cedar, and the FBI came in and stole all my computers and said they thought I was running a botnet and stole my software for the drone, stole my software and my hardware, my hard drive, my solid state hard drive that I built that went 600 megabytes a second. Standard hard drive goes 6 megabytes a second. I can go 600 megabytes a second. The FBI, when they came to my house, and I wasn't going to tell you this, when they came to my house and I told Captain Bravo, you send them in here nicely. That's why I didn't show you that video of them coming to my house. They wouldn't tell me who they were. And I told you that they were sheriff's office, but they're not. It was FBI. I knew who they were. And I told them, if you need me, I'm here. Contact the DOD if you want to know who I really am and what I'm doing here in Pueblo, because I'm protecting our assets. And yes, we have assets here in Pueblo. I tried to explain to you. Nobody's going to blow up the depot while I'm around. I'll be checking computers. I'll be checking these gang members. I'll be checking these cartels. I'll be checking all of it. Nobody's going to kill women and children and have sex offenders threatened. That's not happening on my watch. And I told Judge Valerie Haynes this, and the other judges, like I said, Judge Anderson can go down. I could care less. You know, I thanked Judge Valerie Haynes. I sent her a letter. And she knew that I wasn't playing because I told her right at the end, you'll be glad when your kid's school's being shot up. And she didn't know how I knew she had a kid. But like I told her, when your kid's school's being shot up, I will have my weapons on me and I will go in there and I will protect them. And it's what I do. And these cops aren't designed for it and these cops aren't prepared for it. But I am. Like I told Officer Wendell yesterday, when they jumped me, had me jumped at the sheriff's office, and the 15, freaking officers stood behind me, and they were taking video, and the nurses were like, oh, please, sir, calm down, sir, don't be so angry, And I was like, I'm not even angry. That shit didn't even raise my blood pressure. I looked at Officer Wendell and I told him, you know me, brother, from 10 years ago. If I was angry, it would take all of you to get me in a straitjacket. And he just put his finger up to his mouth and went, shh. Why do you have to shh? Just like in the video when I went down to the judicial building, you can hear the officers always saying, shh. You can hear them saying, shh, stop talking, shh. No. I told her no. And when they said, can you stand up? And I said, I'm going to stand up. They didn't realize that I meant I'm going to stand up against you. I'm done with your fucking sheriff's office bullshit. Frickin' cartel crap. I understand we need the money, but we're going back to war. We don't need the money that bad. We're going to make a bunch of money off the price of gas alone because the price of gas is about to go up. And it's been steadily going up. You'll notice it. And you'll find that I'm not crazy and things are not so crazy as they seem, wanting to put in a subfloor in case I can't make it to NORAD and get my children to safety. And I already told them at the sheriff's office, y'all can burn in hell for the stuff you're doing. Late.